Hey everybody. This video is to talk to you a little bit about a new product that I was turned on to. It's called Fantasyguru92's. I'll have the link for you in my info for the video. It's pretty much what it is. It's very in-depth fantasy football program. They've been doing it for PC for 10 years. They just started a Mac program this year, which is good because that's what I have. Um, it's a really in-depth program. It'll really help you a lot with your drafts and then your leagues throughout the year, which is what a lot of the various items don't do. Is they'll help you with the draft, and then that's pretty much the end of what they do. Fantastics really helps you throughout the year. Um, helps you a ton with your draft, but then they continue that throughout the year. And the thing with fantasy football is that you can never get enough input. The more opinions you have, the better. And obviously, everybody's going to have their own opinion. Some are going to be right, some are going to be wrong. That's just how it is. So that's why the more opinion you can get, where you go kind of by public, not really public opinion, but by mass opinion, you got 100 people saying yes and 30 people saying no, you tend to lean more towards the yes. That's kind of what this brings. It's very in-depth. It's something that can help you out throughout the whole season. Really just gives you a lot of information. For people that don't really like to do as much research, this is definitely for you. I'm a research guy. Some of the leagues I do, let's just say there's a decent amount on the line. Those I tend to do three or so, a few hours of research before I set my team for the day. But what's on the line tends to be worth it. For those of you who aren't big research people, this will really come in handy for you. Everything's right there at your fingertips. They have a lot of in-season stuff. I'll get to the draft stuff after. Just to give you some example, if I'm talking about all the in-season stuff they have rankings reports that they update. They have weekly projections and rankings. They update the player's strength of schedule. Who they're, as far as it's a running back, the team that they're playing, how good their running is, like the running defense is, run defense. Um, they give weekly player pickup recommendations for the waiver wire. Uh, they have daily news and analysis throughout the season as far as injuries, uh, what the team they're going against, stuff like that. They have injury reports as far as who's going to play, who's not going to play, who's on the on the line, um, or you know they have history speaks, they call it. It's a weekly matchup experience, how that player's fared against those teams in the past. That's a little more in depth stuff. This is the stuff that guys like me who do a lot of research tend to look into, and this puts it right there at your fingertips. Really makes it a lot easier on you to set your team, to search the waiver wire. They have something I love. They call it the Sunday Scoop. That's your breaking news injury feed Sunday mornings, and that'll be great when you're looking to figure out if this guy's going to play or not. That dreaded questionable mark next to the player. This will really help you figure out if you want to go with him. Who to put in instead. Um, and obviously I'll be putting up my weekly, sit 'em or start 'em, that type stuff. But like I said, you can never get enough opinion. This will be something that you could, double check with. You can, again, it'll help you with your draft. A little bit of the draft stuff I'll talk to you about. It's a whole program. Um, you could do as many mock drafts as you want, which is great. It does it with the computer by like rankings and stuff. So that's great because then you really don't have to wait for people to join one on Yahoo or ESPN. You tend to get on Yahoo and ESPN, you get some dumb people who really just, you got guys taking, I don't know, guys taking Matt Stafford in the first round in a mock draft just because it's a mock draft. Because some people do that. I don't know if anybody's that extreme, but I'm just, examples like that, stuff like that happens in a mock draft. And then that really screws you up because then you're going into a draft thinking you're going to manage to get Larry Fitzgerald in the third round because you got him in a mock draft. And most likely it's just not going to happen. I mean, he's fallen third rounds, but which maybe you'd think you're getting him in the fourth round or something because he has fallen to a third round in some drafts. But anyway, I mean, it's just a better mock draft. You can really just do as many, see where everybody's fallen. They do it by average draft position throughout all the leagues, so it'll really tell you where a lot of people are going. You can really plan your draft around that. They have a lot of great information like strength of schedule, offensive line rankings. They have past year's stats laid out right there for you. Got some notes on the players. What I love is it's a cheat sheet, and basically what it is how many fantasy points the players scored last year, but it's for every player. It just goes down the list by rankings, and like if you're, a lot of these drafts, Yahoo, ESPN, you only got a minute and a half to make a pick. You bring up that cheat sheet real quick, see who got, how many points last year. You compare that to their strength of schedule if you want, just different stuff like that that you can do all within that minute and a half. And it really just it'll make it easier for you. It'll give you just a ton of wealth of information. Um, just really stuff that if you're looking to have an edge in your league, this would be it. Especially for you people like me that do leagues for a decent amount of money, what you're going to pay for this program will definitely be worth in the end when you take home that league prize. That'll obviously make it all worthwhile. It's definitely something I would check out. I'm gonna have the link at the bottom in my info. Give it a look. It's stuff that can really help you throughout the year. Like I said, a lot of these programs, a lot of these fantasy football type stuff, they only do the draft. They help you with some mock drafts, gives you some information. This really goes in depth. It'll help you throughout the entire year, and it'll help you right from this point. It'll help you draft. It'll help you set your team. It'll help you do the waiver wire. Just a ton of stuff it can do for you, and really give you that extra edge in your league. So again, give it a look. Get a feel for it. Look at what they have to offer, and go from there. Thanks, everybody.